Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me. Don Carson here with the Collect Direct. Super excited to have our guest tonight to talk a little bit about what's been going on behind the scenes for the last 5 and 6 months and what's about to happen for all of us who are super excited. I know, waiting in anticipation. Some been sending me notes and emails all day long. It's okay. I get it. We're excited. Chris, listen, you've launched over 100 different companies, being the mastermind behind these back offices and the infrastructure and the coding. And from what I understand, I think I can share this. 300 million in sales last year, 170 million in commissions being paid out, and so on. Like, you're not a newbie. You're somebody who has been doing this for a long time. You get what it takes to be successful, and you've been teaching and educating myself and others that are involved here on how important it is not to have corrupt data. And I gotta thank you for all of your effort. Folks, you don't realize the team you have doing this. There's people doing this in the middle of the night. He has contacts overseas that are doing some of the legwork. He has to go to sleep early so he can be with them in the evenings. All of this effort's been built on what he's about to tell you. And it's all about every one of you and your partnership ultimately with Dave Jordan. Now, Dave, as you all know, does the same thing. Chris knows. Chris, this man gets up at 3:30, wants nobody around him. He does what he does for all of us every day. And he's getting ready to go through step 1, which will be tonight. We're talking about step 2, step 3, and step 4, which I'm going to tell you about tonight. And then tomorrow we'll actually physically be able to say, here we go. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you. I appreciate everything you've been doing to teach me much of what I didn't know. I get a kick out of you because you say, Don, you're a salesman. And I am, but I love the partnership we've had, you and I, talking about the things that Dave wants and the vision and so on. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you and give everybody the lay of the land. What's going to happen with our step 1 of our launch officially.
Yeah, no, that I appreciate the opportunity getting to come on tonight and share with everyone. And trust me when I say that I fully understand the excitement. And we've been doing this for a long time, going on about 18 years now. When we first started, building softwares and solutions, my partner, it was him and I, and we're now a little bit over just under 60 developers deep and 2 different offices, and have built out quite a team of developers, and have gone through a lot of experiences. And a lot of those experiences, I would love to sit here and say they've all been amazing. They've all been great. But, the amazing ones and the great ones aren't necessarily the ones that we've learned the most from. It's the ones that, haven't gone all that great. And so, to be doing this as long as we've been doing it, and the amount of time that we've been doing it, and still being, in the thick of the weeds, we're in a really kind of a cool, fun position in that, we get to see, what's working and what's not working. Nobody can tell us, everyone can make up numbers and say what your sales are, but, our systems are transacting every single dollar, every single penny. Our systems are paying out, every bit of commissions for all of our clients. And so they can't lie to us about the success that they're having or not having. And this is such a different beast. This is such a different cat than anything that's been done in this industry before. And so that is definitely coming with some of its challenges. I'd be lying to you if I told you anything different. Typically when you are launching a startup company, you're dealing with anywhere from, I always laugh because there's usually 4 or 5 different products, and then they always find a way how to jam a whole bunch of them into a bunch of different packs and make it look like there's a whole bunch of different SKUs. And that's not the case here. As we know, we literally have thousands and thousands of SKUs that are being loaded up into the system. And so, we couldn't just have, 5 SKUs sitting there. And so you can imagine, all the different, server space that takes, and all the different moving parts and pieces to be able to manage all of those. Definitely has come with its challenges. But with that being said, that's, I think, also where the excitement is that comes with this, is that you don't just have one product that you get to share with people, right? You don't have 4 or 5 products, or convince them to go get this pack so they get more of this so you can earn more commissions. When we're talking about the value of some of these things, not just from the start, but where we're going and the value of these, and just one person who's interested in a big ticket item, we're talking about commissions that have never ever been paid before in this industry. And just because of the type of product and the way that this is structured. And so it definitely is super exciting. It's super exciting for us. We look at it not as frustrations to getting launches. We're looking at this as an opportunity to do something unique and different that hasn't been done before. And if there weren't some challenges and weren't some hurdles and some delays to go through it, then it probably wouldn't be worth your time anyways. And so we definitely are excited about getting to stay up late and getting all these things worked out and getting through them. And so with that being said, I just kind of wanted to start with that because I think it's really, really important for us all to, continue to understand and remind ourselves that this has never been done before in the industry. And that is so stinking exciting. And like I said, I've seen a lot of things and a lot of things go right and a lot of things go bad. And I haven't been as excited about this. In fact, this kind of, has re-energized my energy for, something new that's been needed in the industry. Excuse me.
Catch your breath,
ahead, Don.
catch your breath, my friend, and take a sip of your coffee or whatever you're just having there. You got us excited. So anticipation, it's like Heinz ketchup slowly coming out. Here we go.
Exactly. So let's talk about, if it works for you, Don, let's talk about, what tomorrow looks like. We'd hoped it would be today. And Don, you broke it today. So Don broke it today.
Well, let's talk about that, Chris. You asked me to do that. You said,
Yep.
You told me, Don, do not, just touch a little bit here and there, prove that it could fail, and we'll fix it tonight so we have it right tomorrow. You told me to do it. And folks, there's a couple of little blips that are worth us waiting till tomorrow. That's the fair statement I can say, Chris. So thanks for giving me a chance to make sure all of those folks that are going to log in don't have the same glitch and we end up getting slammed with emails. So it was smart on your part to get me to test it out like crazy.
And the other part of that was, as I said, Don, here's your link. I want you to do it. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And what we do know from the past experiences is that if I had walked Don through it, he probably would have figured it out and everything would have been just fine. And then tomorrow morning's going to hit and people are going to be confused and they're going to be turned around. And so there's just a couple little things that when going through that process where he got a little bit confused, and it wasn't because he didn't know what he was doing. It just wasn't very clear on the site. So we're going to clean that up tonight to make it, as clear as we possibly can. And then we thought, hey, how about I come on tonight and try to explain the process so that everyone's good and clear on what's going to happen tomorrow. So most everybody who's on this call tonight, I believe probably most likely has a position already that's held for them. All right. And hopefully when you gave your information, gave your email address, etc., that all got entered in the right way. However, behind the scenes, Don was one of the major ones doing it behind the scenes. People were getting placed, with keystrokes and getting typed in. So, there is a chance we're going to have some emails that have a typo or two, some phone numbers that maybe weren't entered correctly. And so it's really, really important to us that as we go through the process that we have the data as clean and neat as we can, out of the gates. And so tomorrow what's going to happen is you're going to get notified with a link. And when you get that link is going to have you enter in your email address. It's going to have you confirm, what country you're from. And then after that, it's going to ask you, for your phone number. It's going to ask you for a username, create your password, and confirm your password. And many of you already have a username that you gave. And so if you, put in your email address and you put in the username that you gave, the system's just going to behind the scenes verify that that's the right username that was associated with that email, and you'll be off to the races. So I don't want anyone to think that, hey, I gave my username already. This is an opportunity for you. If you want to update it or you want to change it, you can. Or if you want to leave it the same, that username is still locked into you. So it's completely your choice if you want to change your username or not. But I didn't want anyone to get confused over, hey, why do I have to add a new username? Email address. All right. So if you go to put your email address in and you go through and you get in and you look at your genealogy and your dual team and you see nobody underneath you, then most likely there was a typo or an issue with your email. And so we're going to have in your back office tomorrow a support ticket button where you can click on that and say, hey, I thought I was positioned somewhere. And then it will ask you to submit your full name. And then what we're going to do in the back end is we'll go in and find that original account and we'll merge those accounts together. So again, I don't want anyone to panic tomorrow. If you go in and you don't see anybody under you and you knew you were placed, most likely it's that there was a typo somewhere with your email address. And so that's what the system's going to recognize you by, is your email address. And so we just need to go in and actually merge the accounts. So that's another important part for tomorrow, so we understand how this is all working, is that your email is that you gave them is your gateway in. So if you gave someone your email to get entered into a position and you don't remember which email you gave them, or you have a couple emails and it didn't link you in, go ahead, go through the enrollment process, which is really simple. It's just email, country, put in your phone number, first name, last name, create your password into your account, go through that, and then you'll submit on the support ticket, you'll submit saying, hey, I thought I had a position confirmed. Here's the name that I gave. And then we'll, behind the scenes, like I said, go in and look at those and manage those accounts, right? So that's what tomorrow's going to look like. And then the other thing I want everyone to be, really, understanding of is, this is all about just positioning right now. So we've, when I say we've watered down, we've basically stripped down what your back office is going to be. So step one is you're going to go through, you're going to confirm your information. You're going to go through, create the password. That password will be the password that you'll use to log into your account moving forward. So then when you come back and log into your account, you'll now have a back office that's basically going to have three functions right now during this first initial phase, placement phase. And those three functions are simply this: your dual team viewer, where you can place people on your left or place people on your right, or set it to alternate. All right. And then you also will be able to have your genealogy viewer, which will be for your unilevel. So you can see the people underneath you that you've personally enrolled, or when you enroll people. And then the third thing is you're going to have a replicated link for the free sign up form. So that means that you can go out and you can enroll other people who have not enrolled yet, and you can send them that link, and they will fall underneath both your dual team and your genealogy. So you're going to have an opportunity to, start putting other people in position, even if they're not in there yet. Okay. Don, any questions about that so far before I add any more to that?
Yeah, no, that was excellent. I think let's just talk a little bit about how the country feature will be there for our original people that came into the system. Let's talk about that for a second. It's not open to the world in terms of entry. It's to you folks that are maybe from a different country other than Canada, the United States, or Australia. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yes. So if you are in a country outside of those three that Don just mentioned, US, Canada, or Australia, your position's still going to be held for you. You can still go in and confirm your account. You can still go in and get your replicated link. All right. The only thing that we're not allowing right now at this time, and it's coming, and I don't think it's going to be very far away, but like anything, there's some compliance things that we need to go through before making sure that we're opened up into other countries and being able to pay commissions. And it's not that we can't physically send commissions to another country. It's a compliance piece that Dave and his team needs to make sure that is all in place. So right now, if you're from one of those, outside of one of those three countries, it's okay. You're still going to have your position locked in. You're still going to be able to get in. You can still enroll other people from US, Canada, and Australia. We're just not going to be able to enroll anyone else right now outside of those three countries. And again, that's a temporary thing until we get the green light and the okay on that, which I have no idea what the time frame of that will be, but I do know that with this product, it's very, very different again. And so the ability for us to ship it across the world can be done a lot easier than when you're sending things like pharmaceuticals or nutritional type products. This is just a lot more clean and easy to be able to do that. So,
Yeah, the
so
other part about
does
that,
that
yeah,
make sense? Yep.
that answered the question, Chris. And I think what I'd like to just add to what you just said there is, once again, those of you that were brought into this early 3 and 4 month group that is from one of those countries, we're giving you the benefit to show us the data. The data will be what you have already started, what you might have had in there. The good chance is out of the gate, your information will be wrong in terms of your telephone number because we couldn't enter it. Chris, will they then be able to scrub their own physical phone number properly if they're in our system in one of those countries, say South Africa or wherever?
Exactly. So when they go to the form tomorrow, it's going to ask for their email, and it's going to ask for their country. And then when they click continue, then it's going to pop up so that we can absolutely populate their phone number the right way. And you're right, Don, we're using that for two reasons. One is that, we need to see exactly what countries, everyone's from, so that we can sit back and look at the data and say, hey, Dave, we have, X number of people from this country. That's probably where we need to start, or we have this many from that country. And so this is really going to give us a good indication of exactly what country each year from, so that we can, Dave and his team know where we need to set our focus first on expanding into other countries. But again, the key to this whole thing is I don't want you to be concerned if you're not from one of those countries, because your spot's still there. It's still going to be placed in the binary. The volumes that are going to accumulate as we get going, if we're not open yet, those will still be there. You're not being flushed out in any way, shape, or form. So you're still in a really, really good position if you are placed in there. And so, and then, like I said, we will work quickly with Dave and his team as quickly as we can to continue to open up more countries once we get the doors open here.
Chris, there's a question on the group chat I thought I just mentioned. It says, will our replicating link include our username, and what if the username changes?
So the system is dynamic, and what I mean by that is that when you go through the link tomorrow to confirm your information, if you update your username, it's going to be the one that you update it to. So it's going to be whatever the latest one that you put in on the form tomorrow for B. It will update automatically in the back end to that new username.
So guys, what that means is I'm not entering anything anymore. After tomorrow, you're all on your own. So I'm excited about that. Trust me.
I am excited that you're not doing it, because now you're not going to be calling me to do it, to help you with it.
Listen, I will say though, in terms of the email address, if you don't find your email, I only learned after the first, whatever, 500-600, that I could have left a space at the beginning of the email or at the end of the email, and you won't find your email. So sometimes you might just try to leave a space, put your email, or put the email and then leave a space at the end, and you might find yourself. Chris, I just noticed that just the other day after I put in so many.
Okay.
I might have done that on 10 or 20 of them. Who knows?
So what I would encourage, if that's the case, because it's not going to allow for a space when you go through the form tomorrow. So put in what your email should be. And again, if you get in there, if it's not the right space, just it's going to be a button. It's going to be right when you log into your account. After you set it up, that's going to be, need help with my account. And you're just going to have to hit submit there. And we'll be able to easily find those. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, Don. I'll see if we can't actually go through, and we might be able to, with programming, pull any spaces out, because that will save a lot of headaches for all of us tomorrow. So I'll see if we can't do that on our end.
That's great. So, that's awesome.
Yep.
So folks, we're here. We've done it. We said by Tuesday we would have a quick training. I didn't expect to have the man behind the scenes do the training, which is absolutely testament of the team that Dave's brought together for all of us, which is a dynamic group of real good thinkers. Chris, I was on the phone to the front side of the business with Casey, and what we've got coming down, folks, and this is a bit of a training information night. There's newsletters that are being created with a magazine, online, blogs, social media for all different parts of the company being managed by our marketing team on the Casey side, branding everything with the Collect Direct information. I'm super stoked. This is not just let's just throw caution to the wind and come up with something we hope works. This is going to be something you're all going to be so proud to be associated with. Part of it because of you, Chris, and Casey on the other side. So congratulations and thanks so much. Anything you want to add to tomorrow's event, and when would they expect ballpark Would we say anytime tomorrow before noon, we might start seeing emails?
Yeah, I would say before noon Pacific Standard Time would be a safe estimate. That gives us a little bit of buffer in the morning if we need to, but anytime before noon Pacific Standard tomorrow.
Okay, so then tomorrow night Zoom at 8 will be more of an opportunity with some question and answer about what's going on, and you folks will come on there and we'll stay as late as we need tomorrow night about questions that you might have. I expect tomorrow the thing starts going. Step two, people are going to ask that, what's step two? So step two will be when we're ready to take your credit card. And you'll then get, Chris, am I right? The email will then go to the folks and say, okay, come back and add your credit card, put your order in, which you'd like, and we'll be ready to ship. That'll be the step two part of it. Ballpark on that sometime within, clean the data up. I would say roughly within a week and a little bit, once we get everybody entering in some more free spots. Is that fair to say, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know exact time frame just because that's a little bit out of my control of what's needed there in the development control, but it's not far. I am comfortable saying it's not far off.
So that's step two.
Definitely not far off. Yep.
That's step two. Step three will be when we start opening up past the pre-packs. And the pre-packs are the early orders that you all get to buy, which is the $279 or the $549. So we can get you some items that you can start showcasing, do some reveals on social media, have some fun around your friends, share some of those wax packs. That's where step two and step three kind of tie together. When we get to the step three, we start adding the smaller items like the 29, the 59, and the 119. And then step four is when we're really going out and having all the customer website being available. So Chris, will each person eventually have 2 websites that they get for their $9.98?
Yes, they will. And that's what's so crazy fun about this. Again, I said at the beginning, what's so crazy fun about this, if you think about it, how many collectors are out there, people who possibly are not interested in the business opportunity. However, they're probably going to become pretty interested as soon as they figure out that, they can make money by just sharing something that they're passionate about too. So yes, they're going to have one that is focused only towards the items, the collectibles, and then one that is more focused towards just the opportunity. So we're obviously working on, going out and getting people focused on the business opportunity initially. But then there'll be a real big shift as you guys are all in place and start going after customers and focus heavily on people who are interested in collectibles.
Perfect. So guys, this is just the beginning, but I got to tell you that by July 15th, Dave has a goal right now of 5,000 SKUs on our website, 5,000 individual collectibles from all over the categories by July 15th. He actually said today, July 5th to me. And I said, Dave, don't kill yourself. Seriously, dude, like just get it proper. Don't get some sleep. He said his birthday's July 13th. He's going to have this thing slammed in there for 5,000. That's pretty incredible because right now we're at about 2,800 and that's all different items. So the more we have, the better your customer opportunity will be because they'll be able to find all these different things. So that's where we're at, guys. Chris, anything last minute or I'll let you sign off? I think you answered everything.
Nope. The only thing that I would add is, tomorrow, if something's not right or something's not working, again, just hit that button to submit it. We'll get back to you as quick as we can. And again, this is, something brand new, out of the norm. And if it's not right, I promise you, we will get it right. We will get it fixed. And just know that you're not going to lose your spot. The world's not going to end and everything goes on without you. We absolutely are going to get it right. And so I thank all of you in advance for your patience with us as we work through to get this right and get everything dialed in. But so please just give a little patience with us tomorrow and we'll make sure that we get it right and get it right quickly here. And then once we get it all right, we'll move on to those other phases.
You've been awesome, Chris. I'm going to let you sign off. Guys, I'm going to stop the recording. I'll stay on for any extra questions. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow night. And those who want to stick around, you're more than welcome to stay here for a little longer, but I'll shut the recording off. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chris.